Will you be good long enough for me to record a video? Huh? Okay, thank you. Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a deep dive into the Immortal gear set, where we will go over everything from the mechanics, how it functions, to acquiring it, and then the optimal champs and suboptimal champs in terms of wearing it. So let's get into it. And a huge shout out to this video's sponsor, World War Doh. You can see my link up there at the top of the screen, the bit.ly Fly WWD link. I will have that down below in a pinned comment, nice and easy to find, and also in the video description. I know I've been having a lot of fun playing this game lately, and one feature that I really love, and I know players of this genre have wanted in these games for a long time, is the ability to customize your main character. Different skins are going to give you different abilities to change how you play the game. I absolutely love the customization of that. There's also a good humor element to the game. When's the last time you saw an emote like this, where it's a blurred out middle finger that you can do to your opponent to taunt them? There's lots of cool ones here that they really pulled off the humor element of the game very well. Here's another fun emote that I like. And Season 5 is about to start with exclusive dances, skins, avatars for people who reach the highest ranks, and a new season of storyline every month. As you navigate and progress further and further, you are going to get more and more rewards. You can also create your own club in the game to team up with friends. As you can see here, I have just created Chofly Elite starting from scratch. The spots are going to go fast, so slam that link down below, and I hope to see you in Chofly Elite. And then something super exciting is the top 3 people who use my link and join my clan. The top 3 who make the most progress and push the furthest are going to get 1,000 diamonds each. There's also going to be big things going on in this game, like a $25,000 tournament. In the future, they're going to be taking esports and the competitive part of the game seriously, so people are starting fresh, and you've got an opportunity to get in on a new game and get good fast. So I hope to see you in the Chofly Elite Club that I have set up here from scratch, and let's see who the top 3 finishers are going to be. Alrighty, so right here I've got it pulled up. In terms of mechanics and how the set functions in game and wearing it on your champions, it's pretty straightforward. It's a 2-piece set. It does stack, so wearing 6 pieces, you're gonna get 3 of those 2-piece bonuses, and it's just 15% HP. It's going to scale with the base stat, the white numbers over here. So like on this Battle Khazar that I have pulled up, it's going to give you 15% of the 20,145, and then it's going to heal by 3% every turn, but that does not go off of the base number. That goes off of the total number every turn. So my Battle here will heal for 3% of the 88,840 every turn, but I've got 2 set bonuses on this one. You can see here, the 2 plus 2, I've got 4 pieces of Immortal on. So my Battle Khazar will heal for 6% of this 88,840. But in terms of the 15% stacking, it's going to stack twice on that base HP. So you get a benefit. The way the Immortal set works in terms of your stats is going to work off of both the base and the total max, based off of which effect you are talking about in terms of the percent of the HP increase or the 3% heal per turn. And that 3% heal per turn is going to crunch it into one number. So if you're wearing 2 pieces, you're still gonna get 1 healing number displayed every turn. If you're wearing 4 pieces, it's gonna crunch into that one number. It'll just be bigger. If you're wearing 6 pieces, it's gonna crunch into that one number and be even bigger. So it stacks into one number. I'll show you how this functions here when I go into battle, and I will show you how that turn rotation is working here in calculating it. So I've got my battle here that was wearing the 4 pieces of Immortal with the 88,000 HP, and I will show you how that works here in game. So here we are. I've got it on ×1, so it's a little bit easier. There was the 5330. That's what it's going to heal. There you see that. Every time you see that 5330, that is the effect of. I'll put it on ×2 now so you can see it. 5330 right there. Now I'll bump it down to ×1 so you can see it right there. It was that 5330 that scrolled up right there. So yeah, no matter how many pieces of Immortal set you are wearing, there's the 5330. It's gonna crunch in to one healing number, whether you're wearing 2, 4, or 6 pieces. And then something worth noting is obviously it's going to stack with HP auras. So if I back out of this run and I pop in here with somebody that has an HP Aura as the leader. Let's go down here, put in Sir Nick. Now, instead of that 5330, it'll probably be like 57 or 5800. It'll get a little bit of a boost because of the Sir Nick. Yeah, 5729 instead of the 5330 because of the Sir Nick Aura. So it is going to be a little bit more effective in terms of the heal per turn that you are getting every turn from the Immortal if you have an HP Aura with the champion that is wearing it, but that will not affect the HP bonus that they get from the set, obviously, because no Aura is going to change that. It's based off of the base HP of the champion. And I realize that may have come off a little bit confusing in terms of how I worded that, but what I meant was the HP Aura from the leader is going to give them a bonus in HP based on the base stat. It's not going to affect the 15% stat bonus of the Immortal set. I hope that makes sense, but it does make the 3% heal for more because it is making their max HP higher. So I tried to word that as best I could, and I hope that made sense for you. And just to show you how the math actually works, remember he was healing for 5330. Now if I back out of here and I take that 88,840, 88,840, and I go times 0.06 for 6%, because remember I'm getting 3%, but I'm wearing 4 pieces, so 3% plus 3% is 6%. So if I take that times 0.06, what do I get? I get 5330.4, and he was healing for 5330. So you can see that effect stacking into one number of the 2 Immortal sets, the 2 3% bonuses, healing for 6% of the total max HP every turn the battle takes. And then in terms of acquisition for the Immortal set, it's going to be from the clan boss. I'll show you here. There is something kind of funny in the clan boss. A lot of people don't even know about this screen that I'm about to show you. In the clan boss at the top left, you click this little eye. A lot of people have never even seen the screen because they don't think to click on that little eye up there. But yeah, it tells you down in here, clan chests. Clan chests contain randomized rewards, but are the only way of winning Cruel and Immortal artifact sets. So the way you're going to get good pieces of Immortal is by slamming that clan boss down every day with a clan that is coordinating with you to go ahead and focus down on the highest level boss that you are able to kill. And one thing that's funny is I don't know why they are censoring, like, maybe I'll zoom in on this or something, but I don't know why they're censoring the faces of these champions. Very interesting. Like, I get why they're censoring these numbers, because when they were producing these infographics, I'm sure they didn't want to tie themselves down to one specific number in case they adjusted the damage requirements per difficulty. So I get that, but I don't know why they're censoring the faces of these avatars on the champions. And they're not even censoring the whole thing. It's just like a little bar. So very interesting that these faces on these champion avatars are kind of grayed out and censored. I can't think of why that would be. If you know why, let me know down in the comments. I don't know what they would have to gain by censoring those avatars like that. So it's just kind of something funny I noticed while I was kind of prepping for this video. So then, who are the optimal champions that would get the most value out of the Immortal set? Obviously, anybody that is built on surviving, or they scale their damage with HP. Someone like a Sir Nicholas or a Miscreated Monster is going to get a lot of value out of that 15% HP bonus, because they're going to typically have a good base HP, which means they will get more value out of that 15%. So like you can see this battle here with the 20,145 base HP. If I switch over to Ryzen and I've got 18,300, he's not going to get as much of a bonus from the Immortal set because of missing the about 2,000 less of the HP. So you're going to get a little bit less of a bonus there, but it's still good on Ryzen because he's built on being tough. But it's just not perfectly optimal. Someone like Ryzen that scales with defense is probably going to want a little bit more of a like a defense bonus or some other bonus in terms of stacking to help their damage and overall utility be a little bit higher. So you're going to want champions with good base HP that are built around surviving, and also typically champions that have a little bit higher speed, because obviously the more turns they're getting, the more use they're going to get out of that 3% heal. And the Immortal set, I think its best utility is probably for helping you 3-star content. Very notably, the Dwarves Faction Wars, let me pull that up. They have to go against the red boss, which is extremely difficult. Immortal set is going to be amazing in a faction like the Dwarves, where the stage 21 Faction Wars boss is this red boss, because you can see here the A1 that's going to be doing all the time ignores all defense. So in a situation like that in Dwarf Faction Wars, I know when I was trying to 3-star, I was using a lot of Immortal sets, because not only do you get the 15% HP bonus, because in a situation like that, you're trying to stack as much HP as you can, because in the boss fight, defense is essentially worthless, but you're also, if you get 4 or even 6 pieces, you're getting a 6% or 9% heal per turn on somebody that you're stacking HP on, so it can really make a difference in helping them survive. Now, the Immortal set in that situation is going to be the most optimal among the HP sets, like Divine Life, because yes, it gives you a shield, but that shield's gonna last a very short amount of time in that boss fight, and eventually you're gonna be getting no value out of that. So the most consistent value in terms of helping you 3-star content is definitely the Immortal set. If you're trying to finish those stages of Nightmare Campaign or Faction War stages, Immortal set is one of the best sets in the game for helping you do that. Another thing worth mentioning is the ability to use the Immortal set and just HP in general as a target manipulation tactic. So let's say you've got a Cold Heart, some damage dealer. Immortal set's very good on Cold Heart, because Cold Heart, she doesn't need a ton of attack. She has an ability that scales off of enemy max HP, and that ability, her Heart Seeker that resets turn meter and scales with enemy max HP, that's like 90% of Cold Heart's value, so you don't need a whole lot of attack on that. It's mostly down to crit rate and crit damage, and then based off of the enemy's max HP. Now, you don't want your Cold Heart to get targeted and slaughtered in the dungeon waves, so you need to get her with a pretty good amount of HP, so that it will trick the AI into not coming after that Cold Heart. So you can use the Immortal set as a way to kind of help you sustain some of those damage dealers that you don't want taking all that heat during dungeon waves. So that is one thing I wanted to make sure and mention, is the HP manipulation for targeting of your enemies and kind of messing with the AI by stacking HP on some of those damage dealing champions. So then, who would not be a good candidate for wearing the Immortal set? There's a few situations where it wouldn't be that great. If you've got champions with a really low base HP, they're not going to get a whole lot of value out of the Immortal set. But in a case like Cold Hearts, that could be an exception, where you just want to get some HP on her so that she can get above that threshold to be targeted. But just in general, obviously, you're getting less of a bonus from that 15% HP boost if the champion has low base HP. And then champions that have low speed, if they're built for a certain niche, like a low speed Mountain King and a shield set to get as much HP as possible, he's not going to get that heal a whole lot. But in that situation, you might want like a Divine Life, or instead of wasting your Immortal gear, maybe use the Life gear. And then any composition that's based on extremely short fights, you're not going to get a whole lot of value out of putting somebody in an Immortal set in that composition, because if you've got like a 35-second speed farming dragon team, it's all about ripping through those waves and ripping through the boss as fast as possible. So you're not going to be cranking out those heals from the Immortal set, and it's not about sustaining. And then at the same time in the arena, if you've got a speed nuke team where you've got speed aura, turn meter booster, debuffer, nuker, and you're just blasting through opponents in 5 seconds, not a great spot to build the Immortal set on a bunch of your champions. But typically the Immortal set is one of the most generally useful sets in the game. There's lots of different situations where you get a lot of value out of it, because it's basically just a souped up life set. Not only are you getting the HP, but you're getting the heals as well, and there's really no champion that can't benefit from getting some HP and some heals. But yeah, that's going to kind of do it for this one. I hope it helps shed some light on the Immortal set and how to use it effectively. I'm just trying to do these to crank them out and flesh out my sets tier list. I will link to that down below. It's in every video, I believe, where you can pull up the tier list here for all the sets in the game that I try to keep up to date and adjust things as things change in the game. And you can see on the right side there, I've got links to the different videos that I've done for the different gear sets, and now I will add Immortal onto there, and then I will start kind of diving into to the next one that I want to get into. So that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace. Hey, good job, Neo. You were good the whole time while I was recording. I appreciate that.